Your artwork assignment for this week is inspired by the artist Henri Matisse. I hope that you watched the link on the bingo page for the recording of the story that I did of Henri Scissors by Jeanette Winter. So if you'll check out the bingo board, there should be a link for that, and I read you the story. I also talked about geometric shapes and non-geometric shapes. These are geometric shapes on this side, like triangles and rectangles. On this side, these are organic shapes. And organic shapes are a lot of times inspired by things from nature. So the artwork that you're going to be doing this week is going to be finished in marker, but it's going to start with pencil. You are going to be drawing 8 to 10 shapes on your paper in pencil first, and you're going to lightly sketch those. Your shapes can overlap if you'd like them to. I would spread them out. I would have some of them even going off the edges of the page like you see here. Some of my shapes are inspired by nature, like flowers and leaf shapes and grass. So you can also use nature as a source of inspiration. So I'm going to start this off by drawing some shapes. I'm going to start with a flower. Again, you should be drawing lightly. I'm drawing a little bit heavier on my paper so you guys can see my lines, but you want to make sure that you draw lightly with your pencil. I'm going to draw some organic shapes like we talked about earlier. Remember, a lot of those times they are free-form, they have rounded edges, they can go off the page, they can be inspired by nature. I did talk about grass and plants and flowers. You can also think about sea life. Think about maybe coral shapes or seashells. Those can also be an inspiration. All right, we can also do some geometric shapes too as well. And I did say that you could overlap shapes. That means when a shape is partially covering another shape. Try to spread your shapes out. Try not to just put them all in one place on your paper. After you've drawn 8 to 10 shapes with pencil, you're then going to take markers or crayons, whatever you have available at home, and you're going to color them in. I would start by outlining them with marker first, and then I would color them in. A lot of times Henri Matisse used flat areas of color, so you might want to try to do that. So you start by outlining. And then when you're coloring with your markers, I like to make my marker like this. So you can kind of see that I'm going across the paper. And I'm coloring it in that way. So outline and then color. Use lots of colors. Don't worry about a specific color scheme. I think that Henri Matisse's artwork a lot of times use lots of bright, bold colors, so I would, try to do that. Take your time coloring. You can see here that after I colored everything in, I outlined with black. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I think it gives a little more contrast and a little more bold. You can also add patterns. So in some of my areas between my shapes, I took my marker and I added different little patterns. And I didn't do it everywhere. I picked a couple places. And on some of my shapes, I have patterns. So I have stripes on this one. I have some polka dots. I have some wavy lines. So be creative, use your imagination. And I hope you will share your artwork. There's an app that I think it's on the bottom of your bingo page. It is for homeroom. And all you have to do is add the app to mom or dad's phone. They can take a picture of your artwork and then you can upload it to Homeroom. So if you could try to do that for me, I would love to see the artwork that you're making at home. And I hope that I'm going to get to see you back at Kitty Hawk Elementary School. I really miss you guys. Do a good job on your artwork and be looking for new art projects and ideas every week. Thank you.